This video covers bug or requirements, additional requirements for the closure tabs. So I'm going to try to make a setting for Barnos by the Bridge. Notice how it has close time, but it's only a date, and then start date and end date. So to me, this should actually, I don't know, this is kind of unusual. It should be date and start time for that date and end date and the time that this closure ends. And so this is an override of the existing settings for the following reason. So I think we need an additional column here which allows you to set the time. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add, and of course these columns come up, but it doesn't really allow me to set the times, as you see. So we're going to override all. We don't want any of these services to be available from this date and time to this date and time. Time being a new calendar. So you might be able to do it all in one, but I don't know. So your calendar pops up, close time. This should actually be a time, and probably ought to reverse these columns, or do it in a single pop-up where you select the date and a specific time. So I'm going to go ahead and select the date here. I want it to be closed on that date. Now, if there is no date and time, it should just we should override the whole date. In other words, hey, we're going to be closed tomorrow, so you're going to override the normal hours, and that's all you should really have to do. It would save time for input. So really, if we just have a closed date, then it would override the normal times. Quite often, though, they'll override existing hours. Normally they open at 11 on Labor Day. A lot of the restaurants now will be opening at 3, and they're also changing their delivery times. So this is really only good if you're going to override existing times. Here, this is giving me no way to enter the time. You see that it appears here. So if I select this, I don't know, I'm going to see if it lets me type in. Yeah, it's not going to let me enter anything. So I can't really use this feature now. It doesn't work. So the requirements are to have a specific date and time that I want to begin overriding the existing hours, and a specific date and time that I want to override existing hours. Now, really, it should be for each service. So it should, the organization of this should say delivery service, and then I pick the particular day. I want to override the services on a particular date. Bang. Now I want to pick the time that I want to override this particular service on this date. I could collect all day, or I could say I want to override delivery service from 11 to 2. I don't want it to be available from 11 to 4. I don't want it to be available if it is. So we need to work on this section here. We'll go ahead and I don't know, maybe I can come up with a mock-up in a spreadsheet of how we should be able to set this.